welcome to my garden. So I am gardening in France, southwestern France in zone 8B. First, I always like to thank to all my subscribers and all the support that you are giving me to show for my videos. So today I'm doing my part 2 Japanese maple tour, and I wanted to go ahead and take you around and show the rest of the Japanese maples that I have in my garden. So my part 1 video that I took you around, I missed one. So I wanted to get your attention to this one first, and then we will continue. So there is a Japanese maple here that's absolutely gorgeous that I wanted to show you, but as I'm looking at today, it looks like it needs to be pruned because see, it has a dead part to it, which is okay. I don't think it's going to be a problem. But the name of this Japanese maple is this is Acer palmatum Sir Damon, and this one is more of a yellow orange variety. And what is so interesting about this Japanese maple is because it has a coral bark. This is a coral bark Japanese maple, so you can see the bark of this tree is it has a coral color, very distinct. Also, this is a great winter interest for your garden. For example, when all the leaves drop, and you can still have this gorgeous bright coral color in your garden. But you can see how beautiful the leaves are. I mean, it has this chartreusey yellow, kind of green with a gorgeous coral edges, just a very, very beautiful color. And the reason I planted this here because I wanted to bring different color contrasts to the garden, especially for the fall when they change colors, because I have a bloodgood, which is there with the dark. I have Benny Mako right here, which has more of a cranberry color to it. Ariadne has more of a copper, and this one was Sir Damon, which has this beautiful chartreusey kind of green color. And so I think, and that's what I like about the garden, is because you have all these different colors that you can put against each other and create this beautiful cohesive um, uh, color combinations that is just so pleasing to an eye. So now let's just continue on this way. And in my part 1, I'm sure George will put this up on the screen, the name of this tree, and I was confused, but it is called Inabashidari. Inabashidari. So here we already covered for part 1, but for the part 2 here, in this video, I'd like to take you here and show you Japanese maples called Desojo. Now this one is a very, very beautiful variety, and they are so small, and honestly buying large Japanese maples are very, very expensive. And the reason why is because it takes them very long time to mature and get big. So to grow, it really does. And honestly, for some people, I hear that they don't really like smaller trees and they'd like to pay for the large tree. That's great if you can do that. For me, I can buy a small one, and it takes, I just stay, I'm patient. I can monitor. It's kind of, for me, it's actually kind of nice to watch everything grow and mature in my garden, so it doesn't bother me. But this tree was so small when I bought them. Honestly, I was even surprised when it arrived. I think I paid only 20 euro for it. But this one is absolutely stunning Japanese maple. In the spring, when it starts leafing out, it's this gorgeous bright red color, unlike any Japanese maple. And then eventually, it will, after the spring color, it will start becoming more of a green to green tones. But what's so cool is that all the new growth will still have that red color throughout the summer. So it's really beautiful. It has like a green, but you can have those red leaves that just still pop here there. So that's a really beautiful tree. So we continue this one. I think we talked in part 1, we talked about this Wilson's Dwarf pink right here. So we'll continue this way. So right here, I have another whipping Japanese maple, which is going to stay relatively small. I staked it just to give a little bit of a height, And this one, this is a dissectum variety, which is a lace leaf variety. Now this one called a heartbeat, and I was really fascinated, honestly, about this tree because it just looked really interesting. But and in the beginning of the summer, when it was leafing out, it seemed like it was more green. However, look at this color. Isn't this like, it's almost like a chocolatey, coppery green. It has some orange tones to it. It's just really, really unique. And some leaves have a little more chocolate, I see. So the ones that are getting like the older leaves, the new ones have that beautiful greenish coppery color. This tree is very beautiful. Honestly, this tree is very, very beautiful. I'm very impressed. And it's really fun to watch them do their thing, because they come up, they change colors all season long. And they will go through another change in the fall, in the summer, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So there is another Japanese maple right here that I wanted to talk to you about. So this one called Peve Chameleon. Now this tree, oh, this must be the wind. I'm not sure why I have dry leaves a little bit. I wonder if because we had wind. So this Japanese maple is very, very pretty. It came up, so this is the new growth. You see like right here, you see how beautiful this coloring is. So I'm a little late showing you this tree because it kind of faded its spring color a little more. I just didn't get here in time. But for most of the leaves, you can see that it still retains that beautiful edges of the color. And it also has that coral bark interest where it has a gorgeous, gorgeous color of the bark where it can still, in the winter time, you can still have the winter interest. And I do need to come and prune them. So let's continue on. So this way I have another Japanese maple which called Taylor. Now Taylor is, oh my goodness, can I just say this is really an amazing tree. I mean, look at these colors. It starts very kind of more of a pinkish coral color and then transforms and changes leaves. Look at this color on this tree. It's just unreal. Look at that. And I am so happy that I planted here. Some say that this is a very unreliable tree. I haven't seen that. I mean, I planted this tree. I have had no problems, literally, and it has been, this area gets quite a bit of a sun. So yeah, I have had no problems with this tree. It has been just really gorgeous. I love this tree. That's a Taylor. So we go this way. And then here I have another very interesting variety, which is very difficult to find in France. And I think this might be one of those U.S. varieties that has been created in the United States. And this one called Mila. And this one is a rare variety, Japanese maple. I couldn't even believe that I found this here. I need to stake it, I think, for a while so it stays pretty straight. But this Mila goes through some really, really interesting color changes. Look at this! Isn't this just stunning? And this is Acer palmatum as well. Yeah, this is Acer palmatum Mila. Look at that. So I have another one in this area here that I'd like to show you, and that is called, this one is a really interesting plant called Japanese maple. This one is a Shikitatsu sawa. I think it's actually AKA Shikitatsu sawa. And if you're interested, just let me know if some of the names are kind of here. George, maybe you can zoom in on a name. So it's AKA Shikitatsu sawa, SAWA. And this one has just really beautiful copper color. Now what I read is that this one is more sensitive to the sun. So that's the reason why I planted here, to give it more of a protection from the sun. And it's doing really good so far. But I love the colors and I love the shape of the leaves. Very interesting to me. Okay, let's continue on. We go this way. I told you I have a serious collection. I hope I don't have to do part 3. So this one is actually one of my larger Japanese maples, and this was a gift from my mom about couple of years ago, I think. And I don't have a name for this because this was brought into our local grocery store for the summer, for the spring uh, gardening, during the spring. And it didn't have a name. It just said Érable du Japon, which means Japanese maple, but it didn't have a name. And I think one of our viewers, I think it was Ina, I believe, that said this could be Inabashidari. So it and it does look like that. And I think this is a taller graft because sometimes they're on a short graft or tall graft. And I do like the fact that this is on a tall graft. Eventually I'm hoping to open here a little more as soon as our budget allows, to cut some of these dead branches and allow a little more sun in this area. And I think this will show its color a little more than even you can see now, just because it doesn't get enough sun. But even now it's quite red. You can see it's really, really beautiful. Very, very cool. And here, like this part, you can see it has a little bit of a red and a little green. And this is what's so beautiful about Japanese maple. It's just those coloration of no other plant gives garden so much as a Japanese maple. So maybe we'll go this way and then we'll come this way, because I have, well, let's go this way first. So here I have another Japanese maple called, this one is a Shirisawanam Japanese. This is a Japanese maple Shirisawanam. This maple is also in the same group with Moonrise and Autumn Moon, and there's many others that are absolutely stunning. But this particular one called Gloria, and this is a red Shirisawanam. You can see the leaves are so different. They're larger. They are more distinct. They're just, I don't know, they just really, really beautiful. But they're definitely different than the palmatum varieties, and I do love this so much. So this is a Acer Shirisawanam Gloria. We continue. Oh, we talked about the ice dragon. Okay, so here I have another gorgeous, gorgeous variety, which is a very hard to find in France or in Europe. I think this is also an American variety that has been created in the US. There has been so many amazing Japanese maple that have been created in the US, and I didn't even know until I started listening to Mr. Maple. I mean, I don't have any affiliation with them, but I do just love listening to their podcasts because I learned so much. And they really did introduce lots of Japanese maples to the market. So this particular one called Lillian's Jewel, this is a very, very beautiful variety. Look at this color. This is like literally pink over almost chocolatey red, variegated. Look at this. This is just stunning, stunning tree. This is the Acer palmatum Lillian's Jewel. Very, very beautiful, beautiful variety. And if we continue on this way, I have another gorgeous Japanese maple. It's one of my absolute favorite. This Japanese maple is a Twombly's Red. Now this one is an incredible variety. It will go about 8 feet tall, and it's very compact. It has very columnar shape, so it doesn't get very wide. It gets very narrow and upright. So if you have a place in your garden where you don't have a lot of space, but you can give a beautiful vertical interest, you can go ahead and plant this tree. This does not take much room, but it will be absolutely stunning in your garden. If we continue on, oh, and I wanted to show you my magnolia. It's almost finished because literally the minute this beautiful magnolia started blooming, we had about 40-mile-an-hour wind. about 4 days nonstop, and it started blowing some of the petals away, but I'm glad I can capture at least some for you because the yellow magnolia, this magnolia is just absolutely stunning. And I can't remember the name of this magnolia. I planted a while back. I do have I don't have the description in my records, but so if you're interested to know the name of this tree, just message me and I will be able to give you the name. But this is a very stunning yellow variety, and I'm so glad it's in my garden. Okay, let's start here and then we'll continue on. This particular one, I can't remember the name of this one. I think this is a Hinodi Shudari, but we will put the name on a screen because I have it written down. I did have a tag on it. Unfortunately, the wind has must have blown away or something, but I will put the name. This one is very beautiful variety. I think it's red, but I think in the fall it changes to red and orange. It brings really interesting color combination for the fall color too. So this is a beautiful variety. I'm very excited to have this one. I'll have the name for you on the screen. We'll pop that on a screen for you. And right here you can see I have a little Atropurpureum, and this one is doing really really good in the sun, which I'm very amazed. It's been in a shade for the longest time. Honestly, I realized that I just don't have space for it in an area where it was planted, so I decided to move this here and bring some red interest, and it's been doing really great. And this is a very sunny area of my garden. It's doing really really good, and this was very tiny when I bought it too, and it's really starting to grow. But before we continue on this way, let's go this side of the garden. But also I wanted to bring your attention to this wisteria because it's starting to bloom, and this is the first year this wisteria is blooming ever since I planted. And honey, how long has it been here? Maybe good 4 or 5 years now, huh, since we planted this wisteria. And I am so excited because this is the first year that I see it bloom. And look how tall or how long the flower blooms are. Like, I am so just amazed. I was showing this to my mom yesterday through the video because she's in Colorado, and I was like, I was just couldn't believe how tall. I keep saying tall. I'm sorry. How long these flower blooms are. I mean, this is my hand. Like, you can see my hand. You can see how I think it's. I'm not sure, but I can just go like this 4 times. Look at that, to get to the end of the bloom. This is absolutely gorgeous. And this is how I was envisioning this to be, because I wanted all the blooms to start hanging from everywhere and just be this magical place where you can just walk through. And it's absolutely stunning. Okay, I forgot about the Japanese maples. Okay, so I have a really beautiful variety of Japanese maple. This is a whipping variety, and this is also a US variety. It's been created in the United States. Gorgeous, gorgeous tree. Look at this color. This one called um, Golden Falls. I think it's Golden Falls. No, Golden Cascade. Maybe it's Golden Cascade. Let me see. Golden Falls. So this is a Golden Falls, but look at this amazing spring color. Look at this color just amongst with everything else. It just looks amazing with the yellow and coral, and also you can see it has a kind of a coral bark. It's a little, the coral is a little muted, but it still has that really good interest. Very very neat. So here I have a Japanese maple again that I don't know the name. I would like to say that this is a blood good. I bought this way before I decided to open my garden and for the videos, but I don't, and I didn't remember what I did with the tag. So it's actually grown quite a bit ever since I planted this tree. But it's a really really beautiful tree, and I love this color, the red and the texture right next to the sculpture that I have in the garden. I think this is really pretty. But in this area, I don't know, I'm thinking to add more of those paprika hukras, because they just look at how beautiful this color is. And maybe I just need to kind of put them in the middle of the different plants, like in between them, and have this color pop through. I think this is really beautiful color. I have another really beautiful Japanese maple here. This one called, what was the name of this one? I think this one, Brent's Dwarf. And I really wanted this Japanese maple. I kind of wanted to have a red color sporadically. And this will not get very big. It will get probably about 6 feet tall, but has that really gorgeous leaves and kind of a dwarf variety of Japanese maple. You know, and what's so great about Japanese maple is that you can have this beautiful texture and varieties without having really, really big space. There is another Japanese maple I have here. This one is a very interesting variety. I'm hoping for them to show up a little more as we start opening and clearing out some of these branches to allow the sun shine through it. This one is um, oh oh my gosh, Jerry Schwartz. Sorry about that. So this variety. Oh, I need to trim this one too. So this one is a This called Jerry Schwartz, and I think this is broom, Japanese broom variety. But it has very interesting. This is also have been created in the United States. I'm hoping to fill in this area with this really interesting color, and it's supposed to be more pinky. It has more of a pink color in the spring. Um, I honestly I haven't seen that as much pink as I hear it's supposed to be, but it has really interesting. Well, I guess you could see like right here, it's pretty pinkish. Maybe it just needs a little more sun, because usually they do get their really real color when the sun when they're under the sun a little bit. But this is a very interesting variety, and I'm hoping to just fill in this area and bring really really great color interest here. So, and this one is one of my older Japanese maples. You can see this is just gorgeous. And I bought this, I don't know, maybe about 5 years ago or so, maybe more, when I was just creating the garden. This bed wasn't even here when I planted this tree here, and I didn't know what I was doing um, in this area anyway. But this one is called Orange Dream, and it starts off with very kind of a orangey, yellow with coral outlines of the leaves. And you can see some still left. I'm a little late showing this to you because it's already faded, but you can see a lot of the colors right there to the edges. And this tree is not getting as much sun, and I think if it gotten a little more sun, it would have been even more beautiful, and I could see a lot more of the color of that orange dream, that why it's named. But it still has that beautiful chartreuse color that of the leaves, that it brings this really amazing interest into this bed, which is really cool. Okay, let's continue on. We have a few more Japanese maples to see. It's a long, oh, this one is absolutely stunning Japanese maple. I planted this last fall. I'm hoping to do well. This one called eye candy, and I believe it's really just spells as eye candy. And this here, this is how it spells. Oh, I don't know if you can see, George.
You turn it this way.
Oh, maybe I can do it this way. Oh. Eye candy. And look at this. I mean, what can you say? I don't even have words. You can just take a look at this and look at these outlines. Look at the colors on this on its leaves. And I think as it starts changing from his transitioning from the spring color to the summer, you can see it's starting to turn more of a greenish color. But in the meantime, again, all the new growth will have this pink and green stripes in the leaves. This is amazing, amazing tree. I am so thankful that I was able to get this in Europe. Oh my goodness, I'm always looking to see if I can find some of those rare ones because I absolutely adore it. Okay, continue on this way. This one is called Skidder's Broom. This is a Skidder's Broom. Look at this. This is beautiful, beautiful tree. And I'm hoping to get taller, which it will eventually, and then just fill up this area with this gorgeous red interest, which is going to bring beautiful color into this bed. So, and of course, my tulips here are absolutely stunning this year. Oh my goodness, I have to remember this combination and just remember doing maybe planting the tulips again, you know, that with the different heights, which brings such a great interest, the shorts and the talls. These are the lily tulips, and it's just really stunning. Okay, so we continue. Let's go this way. This is another US variety that I absolutely adore. This one is called Purple Ghost. In my part one video, we talked about Ghost series of the Japanese maples that was created. Now this one is one of those series that I have. I think I have another one which is called Uncle Ghost, and this one is the Purple Ghost, and this one is a very beautiful variety. So here I'll just go right here. This is a very cool tree, and oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have this. Look at this texture. Now this one is a Hobbs willow, I believe. Let me check. Oh, Hobbs red willow. And the leaves are very lacy, long. It looks like a willow looking, and this is just, oh my goodness, this is just stunning tree. And I love the texture because it's unlike anything. You can have that airy movement, and I'm not really into grass, so this, like, I'd rather have this instead, and this will brings that movement to me. So this is another incredible variety, and I'm not sure if the video really does the justice of the colors of this tree, because this is stunning. And this one is Amagi Shigari. Amagi Shigari. Let me just turn this so you can see the name. This is absolutely stunning. Look at the leaves. This one is red, but it's more like a lavender red. It's very interesting. So it will change the color in the summertime again. So it will progress from this gorgeous color, and it will, you know, fill this area with this amazing color as well, which is gorgeous. So if I continue on, this right here is another variety of Japanese maple called, this is a Asa Shirisawana variety. This one is a autumn moon, which is one of my absolute favorite variety. I mean, you don't get this color almost in any other tree. This is just stunning tree. I love it, and it will have those large full moon kind of leaves that is absolutely gorgeous. Right behind you, this is another very beautiful variety of Japanese maple. I was so excited to find this one as well. I think I found this one in Netherlands, in a arboretum there. They were able to send that to me. And this one is Emma, and Emma is the most beautiful Emma. Look at this. I'm just stunned, and the color is just so pretty against everything with all these coppers. I love it. So I have a couple of more here. There is one in the back. These are so impressive. These are really large heuchras. I'm very impressed with them. This is called red dinosaur. They're here in Europe. I'm not sure if you guys have them in the US or not. This one called Corallinum. So this one is a Corallinum. Has a very beautiful spring color, and then it will start transitioning and changing the colors. The Japanese maples change their colors constantly, like almost every day. Um, Here I have a little princess, which this little princess started with this really distinct part. So you can see the leaves right here with corals and chartreuses, and the little princess will get only about 5 feet tall or 4 feet tall, and it will just be a little clump here with this incredible colors and incredible texture. And right here, you can see this is one of my favorite Japanese maples. I think this one is Kasagi Yama. Let me see. This one is Kasagi Yama. So this one is a Kasagi Yama. And honestly, looking at this, this is very similar to Ariadne. I have Ariadne back there, and I showed you guys in a part 1 video, but it's very similar. If anyone, if you guys are watching this video and you're familiar with Japanese maples, let me know if this is the same tree or not. It's probably not, but it's very similar. Maybe the Ariadne was created from this, I'm not sure. But look at this color. This is just an amazing color that you can't get in any other plant necessarily. Right behind me is another very special tree. This one is a this one is a Hagashiyama. This is a Hagashiyama, and Hagashiyama has this gorgeous variegated leaves. You can see, look at right here. You can see the leaves, how beautiful, variegated they are. They're unreal. And this area, I just want to be like a, some people call it secret garden or something, but I think it'd be really kind of neat to just have those beautiful Japanese maples and just kind of variety of things that you can just walk through, which would be really pretty. So right here I have another Japanese maple, and this one I can't remember. Oh, Beni Komachi. I think this was one of those maples that I didn't necessarily order. I think I ordered something else. They sent me a wrong, or it was wrong tree. But I started reading about this tree, and it turned out that this is a very, very interesting tree anyway. So I'm very excited. But you can see it has a completely different texture than others. Can you see, George? Okay. And so you can see this is more of more of a almost like a looks lace leaf, more dissect them. I don't know, but it's very, very beautiful. And you can see this one right here. I have this one is a como, and I had another. I had the second one in my other part of the garden, just because this is a very interesting variety right here. This is a new variety, I believe. Again, it's called como, and it spells as COMO. Look at this variegation. It's absolutely gorgeous. This little Japanese maple, I tell you, this one was supposed to be butterfly when I ordered it. Butterfly is very variegated with a cream and yellow colors, but I know this is not butterfly because this does not look like butterfly. But to me, it looks like, oh, there's something on it. It looks like either Shishigashira or what was the other one? Anyway, it will come to me. But this one is a very interesting variety. They have their leaves kind of layered together very tightly, and I'm really excited to have this. I can't remember the name of the one that I'm suspecting it to be. If you guys recognize this tree, let me know what it could be. Okay, I have another beautiful tree here. This one is this is the Acer palmatum, German gyration. German gyration, and this is I don't know if this has been created in Europe or in the US, but I know that this has a very beautiful colors, and that continues to change. Right now it's green, and I don't know if maybe it just hasn't really been touched by the sun too much, but this is very beautiful whipping variety. Another of my very favorite Japanese maple that is here, this one is has also winter bark interest. This one called Bihu, and I think it's called Behou. Someplace I even have seen it spelled with double O's. But this one has a kind of a, right now it's coral, but in the winter time, this has a yellow bark. and it has this gorgeous yellow color. Eventually, as it starts growing and sun will start, changing its direction and it's coming this way a little more, this will turn into very yellowy, gorgeous, little bit of a orangey edges. Just has this amazing color that I don't have, it really stands out in this area. So this is one of my very, very favorite Japanese maple, just because of the color changes and the brightness that brings to the garden. So this is another one of my very favorite Japanese maple. This one I purchased in one of our local grocery store, several years ago. It's gotten quite big, but it's called red wine. Now, I don't know enough about this tree. I can't find lots of information online about this tree that I was trying to research, but it starts off with this bright, bright scarlet red uh, color that you can see from all angles of the garden. It's just so stunning. And then it will start changing as summer progresses. It becomes a little more green, a little more copper, but it will still remains that red edges of the leaves. This is a full year, all year round interest tree. This is an amazing tree. If you guys have any information about this tree, I'd be very interested to know more about this tree, so please message me. There is another really gorgeous Japanese maple that I planted last fall, very quickly, right before we left to go to the US. And this one called Acer palmatum. This is a bold smith, and this supposed to have an amazing, amazing colors. And you can see it already has. Yesterday, I was just standing, from the other side and looking towards here, and this tree was just already standing out, glowing. A very beautiful tree. If you guys if you are choosing, if you would like to choose Japanese maples that have a really great color, this is one of them. Very interesting tree. I would highly recommend this tree. And then I have the little tree right here, which is very exciting. And this is also been created in the United States, and it's just coming around this guy. I planted last year. This one is I think this is either, I'm not sure if it's a broom or seedling from the Shiraz Japanese maple, but this one called Geisha Gone Wild. And this Geisha Gone Wild has most unbelievable colors, and it's probably a little wet for the Japanese maple here because it's been getting so much rain. But the Geisha Gone Wild is a stunning tree, and in fact, it's very dirty. Yeah, Geisha Gone Wild. Um, but this tree will have more of a variegate. This is a very much look like Shiraz, and I believe what I heard about this tree, which it's just coming around. I haven't really been able to see distinct colors yet, but in the spring it's supposed to be very pink. So very, very interesting to see how it will progress and be. I think this is all the Japanese maples in my garden that so far I have. I have a big list of them that I'd like to add into my garden. I just don't have the space. Hopefully, maybe I'll continue going, maybe in my backyard at one point. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions about any of the Japanese maples that I have, please contact me, message me. I love hearing from all of you. And stay healthy and great. And I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.